them. And for San Diego State's side, they're not making threes, but they do have an 8-point lead. If they can knock down a few second half, will really help their offense. And then Cal has 35 points, so points in the paint, only 10 out of those 35 is very good on the Aztec part.
We're talking about Tapley and Rayhan. Those two guys combined for 19 points on 9 of 15 shooting. And for Steve Fisher, he just couldn't get him involved early.
Well, I'm telling you what he's telling them right now. He's coaching them up. He's like, hey, Creighton had 50 on us in the second half.
Good point.
Okay? We can't have Cal do that against us tonight. We won't win.
Yeah. San Diego State led Creighton by 17 points in the first half of that game. And then by halftime, it was a 4-point game, and Creighton just continued that momentum into the second half. San Diego State let that game get away. They should have won.
They should have. You're right. They should be 8-1 instead of 7-2. I guarantee you that there won't be another team this year that scores 50 in the second half against San Diego State.
We expected San Diego State to have the rebounding advantage in this game, partially because California was forced to go with a 4-guard lineup, or at least Mike Montgomery chose to go with 4 guards. At one point in the first half, San Diego State collected 8 consecutive rebounds in this game. At halftime, their advantage is modest, 20-16 on the glass. But you see what's happening now. San Diego State is starting to assert itself in the paint. Rayhan wanting to drop it down to Garrett Green. Garrett Green gave San Diego State their offense early. Green, who doesn't score a lot, 8 and 7 on the year, actually had a pretty good first half. He already had 6 points and 7 rebounds by the 10-minute mark. Nothing since then. Gutierrez rebound. San Diego State has also done a very good job of transition defense, getting back and keeping Cal from running. There's Alan Crabb. Saved by Camp to Gutierrez. New clock. Gutierrez from 6 feet over Thames.
I like what Cal's done to open the half. They went right to Crabb, although he missed the shot. They got the offensive rebound, and they go right into post to Gutierrez. And when he gets him 2 points, 2 badly needed points.
Gutierrez averaging 15 a game, has 6 now. Turnover San Diego State. 7 apiece now in the turnover category. I expect Gutierrez to get many more looks in the second half of California.
It's so important, Jim, for your team to get off to a good start at the beginning of the second half. So far, you'd have to say Cal is the better team right now in doing that.
Gutierrez only has 3 looks. He kicks this one to Cobbs. Two Bears knocking into each other. Harper Camp came out of there with it, ends up on the deck, shovels it over to Gutierrez.
Great job by Harper Camp right there. He did an offensive rebound, scrapping it.
Cobbs alone again. He missed the first one. They went right back to him, and he knocks it down. Cal back within 3.
Many times an offensive rebound creates an open 3. Cobbs knocks it down.
From way outside, Rayhan, in out, back in again. Home cooking.
As we said earlier in the show, shooting 18% from 3. So that going down, finding a way to go down, it wasn't pretty, but man, it's good for him to see that go through the net.
Gutierrez looking to create. Maybe forced it. Foul inside, Shelton. Shelton and Camp battling for that backside board.
Cal right now is owning the offensive glass. San Diego State's got to do a much better job of matching up, boxing people out, playing physical, and come up with those defensive rebounds.
Dump it down to Camp. He double teamed it. Green came over, jumped him on the trap, and somehow he was able to shovel that ball to David Travis.
That's because Xavier Thames, the backside defender, didn't get inside of him. Okay, Camp did do a great job of dribbling out of that trap and making a play.
Travis, 6'9" freshman. If he starts to play for Mike Montgomery, that's going to make their year a lot better. Green, turning face against Camp. Camp stayed low in his defensive position, turned him back. Rayhan had it knocked away by Crabb. He stepped on the out-of-bounds line. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Right in front of Steve Fisher, so he makes the call on the inbounds play. The high rub. Thames had to go. Shelton. Tapley. San Diego State a little wild right now. A lot of guys dribbling. A lot of one-on-one.
Well, and Cal's really turned up their defense. They're playing really solid, containing penetration, and coming off the ball to defensive rebound.
Forced pass by Cobbs down low, throwing it to a big at his feet. 8 turnovers now for California. Thames handing it off late inside. Wasn't a pretty play, but Tapley will turn it into 2.
Tapley has such a good knack. Stuff you can't teach. He's got such great instincts to be around the ball, cutting to the basket at the exact right time.
Garrett Green called for the foul on the outside. Got caught for reaching. San Diego State led by 8 at the half. The lead is down to 6. California with the ball. Bears coming in 6-1. Aztecs 7-2. Gutierrez, open look. It's usually pretty good. Needed a bounce. Didn't get it. Another rebound for Green. Give him 8. Back to the top comes Thames. Dumping it down to Shelton with 5 on the shot clock. The baby hook won't go. And pulled down by Gutierrez.
Pretty good look. Showed a lot of patience. Got the ball inside. Couldn't get it down.
Short 17 by Cobbs. Cuts the lead to 4 and quiets the house. 5 minutes into the second half. Coaches used to tell me most important parts of the game, last 5 minutes of the first half, first 5 minutes of the second half.
They're very important. And Cal's doing a great job right now at this second half.
2-on-1. And a foul.
Well, they're calling intentional.
Yeah, I thought about that too because Crabb had the inside position. And so Rehan just reached down and grabbed him. And the official calls the intentional foul. That's 2 on Rehan. Tapley's starting to warm up for San Diego State. He's got 15 points. The Aztec lead is down to 4.
Holidays were meant for family. Jeep Grand Cherokee is the most awarded SUV ever. Jeep Compass hits up the 29 MPG highway. And the Jeep Wrangler has an all-new powertrain with improved performance and fuel economy. Season's greetings from our family to yours. Get the year's best deals at the Jeep Big Finish event.
Where does Scott Serra get his computer-like knack for stats?
I'm Scott Serra. Remember, if you're not thinking about numbers,
the number you have dialed is not in use at this time.
Hey, he came unplugged again. Don't worry. I got it. There you go. You're not thinking. Hey, it's the peanut gallery. What are you guys doing here? This is the worst internship ever.
Scott Serra, he's plugged into the stats on It's a Numbers Game, Thursday at 7 on the Mountain.
You could save a bundle with Geico's multi-policy discount. Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance. Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance.
College basketball on the mountain. San Diego State leading California 38-34, just under 15 to play. James Rehan for San Diego State just picked up his second foul, but it's a big one because it's intentional.
Yeah, it looks like a trap right there. Cobbs does a great job of jumping in the air and deflecting the ball to Crabb, and And Rayhan is called for an intentional foul. Both arms over the back, grabbing arms. You're going to get called that every time.
Yeah, and I think it's a good call. Of course, James Rayhan didn't like it, but it's because Crabb had gotten inside of him. So he's reaching from behind with both arms over the top. Obviously, just trying to stop a layup. So it's going to be 2 free throws for Alan Crabb. And then California's going to get the ball back. Steve Fisher, what's on? I don't think Steve had much argument with it. Crabb's not a great free throw shooter, under 50% on the year. Looking right into the show. The student section here at San Diego State makes them both. California did not do a great job at the free throw line in the first half. They left some points on the table. Rayhan's got to go back to work. He knows he's cost his team 2 points and a possession so far. Gutierrez asked for the screen from Camper, then rolls to the hoop, but it wasn't there. Good defense by Stevens. Crabb. He lost that ball before he even shot it. He did not have the handle. Barely hit the rim.
Boy, the bigs of Cal, Kravish and Camp, doing a wonderful job of going after the ball on the miss.
Remember that California is playing without Richard Solomon, the 6'10 sophomore, who's back in Berkeley, suspended for violating team rules. California started 4 guards and a forward, but we have seen an awful lot of guys like David Kravish, Robert Thurman coming off the bench, a couple of reserve bigs. There's Crabb. I think Crabb's been given the green light.
Well, that's the 5th offensive rebound early in this second half for Cal. That's off Camp's foot, looks like. Maybe not.
And I think they're going to call it off as Shelton. And Camp is helping out the referees. Dick Carmel, Tony Padilla, Ruben Ramos are referees. Plenty of time in the shot clock for California. They can run their offense. Gutierrez had it stripped. It went right to Camp.
Finds it again.
Travis alone for the flush.
That backside guard. See, what San Diego State's doing is they're doubling Camp. That's the guy they want to double, get it out of his hands. That backside guard is not guarding the big down low, creating that passing lane.
California dominating the offensive glass here in the second half. 11 offensive rebounds. Gutierrez trying to take the charge along the baseline. Jamal Franklin just backed him in. Tossed in the 4-footer. No whistle either way. Here comes the jump. Stevens came over on Camp and got rid of it in a hurry. Good read and react. Gutierrez crossover. Tries to split defenders. Ball on the floor. Gutierrez after 2. Kravish another rebound. That kid's playing well. A freshman from Lee Summit, Missouri. First big guy off the bench for California, playing big minutes. Very consistent shooter, shot blocker, and now we know a rebounder. Gets California another possession, and then there he is right there. So that's a highlight reel for David Kravish.
Right now, the best offense for Cal is a missed shot. So they've got 6 offensive rebounds, thus more chances at the basket, more opportunities, and they're making that second one. And so that's creating a lot of havoc for San Diego State right now.
You're right, Brad. The numbers back you up. Second chance points, 13-2 for California. It's all from hitting the offensive glass. Crossover. Thames. Inside to Stevens. He lost it. Got it back. Throw it to the outside, and Thames knocks down the triple.
Good shot. A lot to go in this game. 12 minutes. That's a big shot. San Diego State needed the basket.
California keeps getting even. They can't get in front. Second half rebounds are 9-2 California. So they're doing the job on the glass. And you know Mike Montgomery talked about it during the break.
Good swing by Jamal Franklin over to Thames. Saw he was open. Franklin could have taken that. He swung it quickly to Thames. High arching jumper there.
Timeout on the floor. San Diego State, because of that three, leads by 3. 12:02. Aztecs over the Bears.
Hey, Mountain West fans, put your football knowledge to the test and win with the Mountain Challenge protected by ExoSkin, only from the Mountain. Every week during football season, log on to the Mountain's website at themtn.tv. Make your predictions for the weekend's Mountain West football games, and you could win a Mountain Tailgate Cooler Chair, an Apple iPad courtesy of Simply Mac, or a trip to a Mountain West bowl game. Play the Mountain Challenge protected by ExoSkins at themtn.tv, only from the Mountain. He wasn't looking for a roommate, not even a four-legged one. But good things have a way of turning up. Wasn't long till they realized how much they relied on each other. There's power in a great relationship. That's why at Pinnacle Bank, we take time to get to know each of our customers personally, like Henry and Chance. Those relationships are the strength of our community bank, and that's the way banking should be.
Your favorite Mountain West teams prepare for game day with a focused week of practice. Now it's your turn. Get all the latest Mountain West news, stats, and original content from the official source. Catch the Mountain West podcast and Mick McGrain's Insider blog on the MWC.com. Join discussions and participate in one-of-a-kind contests on the Mountain West Facebook page. And get the big news first when you follow the Mountain West on Twitter. Get game ready with the official source. For more, visit the MWC.com today.
San Diego State leading California 43-40, 12:02. California called his timeout, just a couple of ticks before they would have gotten a media timeout anyway, but Mike Montgomery wanted to talk about something. We know he talked about offensive rebounds at halftime because the Bears are crashing the glass.
Yeah, Cal has, 11 offensive rebounds in this game. It's a very good part of their offense now because they're creating second opportunities, and you can see right there, 13-2 in second chance points. Cal's really closed the gap, the 8-point lead now to 3.
David Kravish has been playing very well off the bench for California because they're missing Richard Solomon due to the suspension. The other bigs, Thurman and Kravish, have had to step up, and David Kravish, the freshman from Missouri, has been awesome. He's also a very bright kid, a 4.1 GPA. Gutierrez wanted to shoot it, and the pass was offline.
That's exactly right. Krabs got to deliver a better pass, but Gutierrez can get it in his wheelhouse and score.
Kravish again.
Well, he's a good-looking freshman, isn't he? He's long and lanky, got a real soft touch around the hoop.
He's going to play himself into even bigger minutes, and Mike Montgomery stands up and applauds the effort. He loves it. 43-42. Kravish hasn't missed a shot. He's 4 for 4. Kick it outside. Tapley.
Cal didn't do a good job off of that high ball screen. Banks had way too many opportunities and choices of what to do with the basketball, and that created the outside defender.
Really struggling. He's able to get it back and score, but Crab now just 4 for 15 from the floor. He just keeps pulling the trigger.
You can probably guarantee there's another high ball screen coming here for things.
Tapley, the hot hand in the gym right now. He's got 18 points. He just hit his second three. He's 8 for 14. But Franklin's going to take this one. It goes with the left hand. Kravish the rebound. Bears looking to run. There's Crab. And that was a great pass by Cobbs. He waited to the last second and then delivered a nice softball right into the hands.
It doesn't get better than that. And it was a bounce pass. If it's an air pass, it gets intercepted.
Jump stop. Draw. He did. Nearing the 10-minute mark. Again, we're tied. 46 all. Balance, Xavier Thames.
Talking to Mike Montgomery before the game, that was his biggest concern, his biggest fear was Xavier Thames out on the floor, create angles and space on that high ball screen.
Thames 7 points, 7 assists now for San Diego State. Gutierrez from outside and missed everything. Tapley fouled by Gutierrez, and that was just frustration. Every time Cal gets even, San Diego State comes up with an answer. And usually the answer is Chase Tapley.
Navigating today's real estate market is complicated. You've seen the signs. That's why having the right real estate agent is more important than ever. At RE/MAX.com, you can find experts in short sales or bank-owned properties or commercial real estate. Agents who can help speed up the process no matter how intricate. And that's good news, whether you're trying to sell or hoping to buy. Because the only sign you really want to see is sold. We're RE/MAX, recipient of 2 awards from J.D. Power & Associates.
On the next Rivalries, journey back through the history of some of the Mountain West's greatest gridiron matchups. From the Rams and Cowboys' epic clashes in the Border War, UNLV and Nevada's heated battles for the Fremont Cannon, and the Falcons' annual quest to capture the Commander-in-Chief's trophy. Go inside some of the greatest contests in Mountain West history on the next Rivalries, powered by Sprint, December 12th at 7 on the Mountain.
Another good thing about Geico is they've got, like, real live people working there 24/7. So, like, say you need to report a claim, right? A real person will be there to help you. Then you can use Geico.com to view photos of the damage, track your claim, print an estimate. You want an English muffin? They literally hand you a toasted muffin with butter and jam. Oh, it's tasty. That's a complete dramatisation, of course, but you get my point.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
San Diego State's 8-point halftime lead has been sliced to 2. 9:34 to play. Let's take a look at our Jeep Drive to the Hoop. This Drive to the Hoop brought to you by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com or your local dealer. Great give up here late.
Wasn't that great? Wasn't that pretty? Ball's in the middle of the floor, right where you want it. You got a guy that's able and willing. Nice little bounce pass. Finishes with a left hand, Alan Crabb.
Alan Crabb making himself a great target, just staying in that lane, forcing the defense to a decision. Steve Fisher has a couple of decisions to make here over the last 9 minutes. San Diego State is an almost unbeatable team at home, but they lost 3 nights ago against Creighton. Now they're in for a real battle here with California. Sellout crowd, 12,414. That was a 5-second count. That was a quick 5. I think Steve Fisher says, I think that was more of a 4 count. Comes Alan Crabb. He's looking to shoot every time he gets it.
And he should. He should, Jim.
There he is.
He needs to be very involved in this offense second half.
That was short and missed a long rebound. Thames going to go. Foul from behind by Travis. I give David Travis some credit for running the floor. Thames felt that he had numbers and he had momentum.
Many times a long shot produces a long rebound, and San Diego State gets it out and runs, takes advantage of the numbers. And Thames right there drawing the foul from Krabish.
San Diego State has not gone to the free throw line often today. Just 6 free throw attempts, and they've only made a couple of those. And somehow they're still in front. Thames shoots about 70% on the season from the stripe. Thames started his college career at Washington State, played 31 games for the Cougs. In fact, he played against California in the Scarlet and Gray and scored 10 points. He'll sit out, of course, after that transfer. Still just a sophomore. 50-46. Crowd wants some defense. Gutierrez, spot up shot, wouldn't go, and Green floats in for the board.
Better delivery by Crabb right there for Gutierrez to catch it and be able to turn easily and shoot. The Cal is still icy cold from the perimeter.
Yeah, they're getting some great looks. Gutierrez is an excellent shooter. He was uncontested. Just blanking a lot of things short, and they shouldn't be tired. California hasn't played in a few days. In fact, this is California's first road game of the year. They played a couple of neutral games. They're 1-1 away from Haas Pavilion.
Well, and Crabb right there, been a little short in those last couple jumpers, so Mike Montgomery's thinking, I need to give him some rest here, short on his jump shot.
foul, 45 feet to the basket. And that's 3 now on Harper Camp.
Camp's trying to hedge aggressively with Thames out there in that on ball.
Knocked out. Cal ball.
Good help defense by Cal right there to create that turnover.
And Camp is still griping about the call. Knocked away from Cobbs. And Cobbs calls timeout. A heads-up play. And as a former coach, let me ask you this. Do you want to burn the timeout to keep the possession? Are you okay with your players making that call?
As long as we've got plenty of timeouts left, okay? You're fine with that because you do save a possession. And right now, every possession is critical in this game for both teams.
We talked about both of these legendary coaches, and now it's a legacy on both sides. Mike Montgomery has his son, John Montgomery, on the staff. There's John, a graduate of LMU. And then at the other end of the building, Steve Fisher has his son, Mark Fisher, who went to Michigan, on his staff as well.
You know, I coached against John, meaning he was a player for LMU when I was the head coach at the University of San Diego, and he was a fine player. He did a nice job, had a nice little career at LMU.
Hard to find Mark Fisher in that group of bigs. And a nice-looking kid right there, John Montgomery, at the opposite end. That's nice to see. These guys together, Montgomery and Fisher, have won nearly 1,100 basketball games. Well, I don't know that I've seen 1,100 basketball games.
It's two heavyweights to be sure. I've coached against both of them. They're both outstanding tacticians and great people, by the way.
Not even counting their time in the NBA. Camp is knocked down. I think Camp wanted to get one back. He's been pretty fired up ever since they called him for that high foul.
Really good job of dump down by Brandon Smith into Camp, and Camp's been really quiet. They're doubling him every time they can, and that looks like a pretty clean block. Like a pretty clean block.
There's a third foul on Jared Green.
You know, we talked about at the top of the show is for San Diego State to be successful, they have to prevent points in the paint. And they've done a really nice job of that. Harper Camp can really play.
You know,
he's been pretty quiet, as you can see, 3 points in this game.
I thought Camp was going to have a great game today. Lefty, we talked about it at shoot-around today. He's got great feet. He moves well. He can score with either hand. And because Solomon's not here, I thought they would rely on Camp an awful lot, but we just haven't seen it so far.
Well, San Diego State's doing a great job of doubling him and getting the ball out of his hand.
8 minutes to play. San Diego State still up by 2. High screen by Shelton. Thames goes around it, gets an open look. Long rebound to Crab. Like the way Cobb steps into the front court, always under control and looking to attack. Maybe forced out one a little bit, gets bailed out with a whistle. California back in this game after trailing by 8 at the half. The Golden Bears and the Aztecs going to the wire.
Okay, so guess which America First Visa Platinum is better? One with a 6.99% rate or one with an 8.25% rate that gives you 1% cash back on all purchases?
So 6.99 or...
8.25 with 1% cash back.
Oh! They're both great. It's a trick question.
Oh, you're so smart.
Yeah.
What do you call a competitor? Propelled by passion and driven by desire. A contender who brings you to your feet by refusing to fail. A teammate with unshakable confidence. Playing for the name on the front of the jersey instead of the one on the back. A hero made of magic moments, academic achievements, and selfless service. In the Mountain West, we call them champions.
Navigating today's real estate market is complicated. You've seen the signs. That's why having the right real estate agent is more important than ever. At RE/MAX.com, you can find experts in short sales or bank-owned properties or commercial real estate. Agents who can help speed up the process no matter how intricate. And that's good news, whether you're trying to sell or hoping to buy. Because the only sign you really want to see is sold. We're RE/MAX, recipient of 2 awards from J.D. Power & Associates.
7:52 to play. Aztecs leading the Golden Bears 50-48. This copyrighted telecast of the Mountain West is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. And any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use or dissemination of this telecast, or the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Mountain West Conference is prohibited. Harper Camp still upset, looking for some love from David Kravish, and maybe doing a little coaching as well. Kravish, the freshman, is playing big minutes now, with Solomon missing for California, and Kravish has done an excellent job. So to have the two of those guys on the floor at the same time, this is the normal lineup for California with two bigs. Jim Watson, Brad Holland courtside at a sold-out Viejas Arena, and Justin Cobbs at the line for Cal.
He's missed a couple free throws today, Justin Cobbs. 92% coming in, 93% actually coming into the game.
California 10 for 17 as a group. And again, 3 of those from the front end.
You can win a game at the foul line, and you can lose a game at the foul line.
One-point game, 7:45 to play. San Diego State has lost just one time at home this year, but that was the last time out to Creighton. Rayhan off the mark. A look at Kravish tipping it to Cobbs. Knocked away, taken away by Tapley, and then he loses the handle, but the Aztecs will keep it.
Yeah, actually Rayhan got the dig down steal on that. Did a nice job, got all ball. Created turnover. And a possession for State. Big possession right now. 7 minutes to go in this game. A little more than 7. Got to get a great shot here, right here.
A little high-low, but it was a wild pass by Shelton. Hit the backboard. Cobbs looks over at Mike Montgomery. Harper Camp drops the shoulder and attacks.
Missed the bunny. Missed the flat bunny.
Could have made it. He knows it. Slaps the hands together.
Yeah. Missed it with his left hand, too. Kind of like he went up, you know, I'm going to get a lot of contact. There was none. And he threw it over the glass a little bit.
Some guys play better when they're angry. Harper Camp got upset when he was called for a high foul. I think he needs to let it go. Starting to bother him. There's the hedge as Kravish jumps out. Twice.
Kravish is really good at that. He is really good at hedging on the ball screen.
Great jump by Camp inside to knock it away. Bears looking to pressure every time in transition. Cobbs wants Camp. Oh, nice give to Trav. Oh, the big man giving it up. Great look.
Excellent offense. A Mike Montgomery team, they scream the heck out of you and execute very, very well.
California goes in front for the first time since 5 minutes in the first half. San Diego State needs to answer back. Rayhan trying to work for an open look, takes it all the way inside. The bunny floater. 3-on-1. Oh, great play by Tapley. Now it's a 3-on-2 the opposite way.
What a play. That would be a key play if the Aztecs pull this game out.
San Diego State back in front.
It was 3-on-1 against Tapley. Comes a double.
Camp against Shelton. Offensive foul. No, he won. What a great play by Tapley. Maybe he was thinking if I was on the break, that's what I'd do, throw it over the top.
Boy, Tapley's so smart. He kind of baited him into that. You know what I mean? He looked like he was going to lay back, and then he charged up, both hands up, gets the deflection, and then catches it in at the other end.
San Diego State's going to get a timeout. San Diego State is shooting 51% from the field today. That's a big number because San Diego State, under Steve Fisher, is 91-14 when shooting better than 50% from the field. I guess it makes sense. 50% is a pretty good number for any team to shoot. They've won 20 straight.
You would take that every year, year in, year out. And conversely, Jim, Cal's not shooting the ball well. They're shooting under 40%, in this game.
Chase Tapley, something happened to him. He's down at the end of the bench.
It looks like a calf strain, maybe a cramp.
At the top of the calf. It's got to be a cramp. They were trying to get him to lean on the chairs and stretch it out. Yeah. And just locked up on it. Remember, it's still early in the year. Some of these guys don't have their fitness yet. And Tapley's been doing a lot of running.
He's the kind of player you just hate to take out of the game. He needs a blow here and there, but you hate to take a guy like Chase Tapley out of the game. He does so much for you at both ends of the floor.
I don't think he's coming out. Not on his own. Take an injury to send him to the bench. 52-51, San Diego State with the lead in the ball. Camp tried to jump in from behind. Trying to create. Franklin now with 10 on the shot clock. Throws it up, and he was fouled. Gonna get Camp again. Camp's always ready for contact to see he's wearing that mouthpiece. Franklin coming out of there with Gimpy.
Yeah, there's definitely a collision. Ball screen.
Knee to knee?
Must be. So that's what it looked like, knee to knee. And that's not good for Harper Camp, all the knee problems he's had. That poor guy, he's had multiple surgeries on that knee that you can see has a wrap on it, his right knee. So he's gonna probably be taken out of the game right now.
Rayhan's going out, Green's coming in. There goes Steeds to the bench. Tapley's back in. San Diego State is now 4 for 9 from the free throw line in a 1-point game.
Well, that's a key right there for San Diego State is to get Harper Camp out of the game before a foul. They're going to do some work now.
We're talking about San Diego State shooting 50% from the field. They're also shooting 50% from the line. One is good, one is not so good. 5 minutes. Cobbs elevates. Bach missed the follow.
Good look. Cal got a very, very good shot right there. Didn't go down.
Thames splits defenders. Up and under. Grabs to the right. Cobb's going to keep it himself. I think he was expecting some contact.
He's hurt.
He is calling for the bench right away.
He ran into the basketball standards and hurt his leg.
Yeah, he is in some distress at the other end. He is writhing in pain on the floor. Tapley hitting the two-pointer. And Cobbs stays down. He is in a lot of pain. As soon as he hit the floor, he turned around and started waving to the bench.
Watch him hit that standard there.
Yeah, he might have hyperextended that knee when he landed on it. Again, watch the right leg. Is it his right or is it his left?
Well,
he lands on the right.
He flat missed a layup too, unfortunately. If you're going to get hurt, make the two. It doesn't hurt as bad, right?
Right. I think
he missed a stone cold layup.
He was expecting somebody to contest him in the air. He looks better now than he did 30 seconds ago. That's a good sign. He'll go to the bench, and we'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, they need his presence, his floor leadership. He will take over the top for California, probably Brandon Smith. Steve Fisher surveying the floor. Aztecs by 4. Full court pressure for the first time from San Diego State. And they wanted to get Brandon Smith for the carry right there. He found a soft spot on the floor. That's tough. Guy comes off the bench in relief right away and has to handle the ball against full court pressure. Under 4 minutes, it's crunch time. Crab, big three-pointer.
It's real simple. You need Crab to score right here. He's the one guy on the floor for Cal that can score. And that was a huge shot by Alan Crab.
Crab brings Cal back within 1 point. Alan Crab's got 18 points. Tapley with 22 in the ball to lead San Diego State. Franklin spins. Shot was blocked by Crabb. Underneath, Shelton blocked by Travis. The putback by Green. That wouldn't go. Franklin, another look. Where's California on the board? Aztecs, just a hungrier team at that end of the gym. Timeout with 3:22. We told you at the top it was going to be good. We told you it would be close. It's a one-point game.
You asked, and we listened. We promise to always be on time within your appointment window.
We know your time is valuable.
We'll always be on time, guaranteed. I take pride in being there on time because it's what we guarantee to the customer.
If we show up late to your home, we credit your account $20.
That's a guarantee from us to you.
I'm proud to work for a company that takes care of its customers.
At Comcast, we're committed to delivering the best customer experience and products. Every day, for every customer. Guaranteed.
The Mountain. Your home for Mountain West basketball.
The triple looks good, and it is good.
Right here.
All season long.
Behind the back pass, and Cannon throws it down. And he's red hot. He's got a dozen.
Catch Mountain West basketball.
Only on the Mountain, where the West is one.
Thursday, Women's coverage begins at 7:45 with Ram Trucks pregame live, followed by San Diego versus San Diego State at 8, only on the Mountain.
Holidays were meant for family. Jeep Grand Cherokee is the most awarded SUV ever. Jeep Compass gets up the 29 mpg highway. And the Jeep Wrangler has an all-new powertrain with improved performance and fuel economy. Season's greetings from our family to yours. Get the year's best deals at the Jeep Big Finish event.
Mountain College basketball is brought to you by Ram Trucks, Gus, Glory, Ram. Beautiful day for some whale watching. Southern California. Beautiful San Diego, America's finest city. We've been keeping an eye on Justin Cobbs. He went down hard just moments ago on a fast break. He was untouched. He hit the floor. We thought he might have hurt his knee, but look at his calf.
Yeah, folks, if you want to see what a cramp looks like, there it is. You can see it, how his calf is almost in a ball there and indented with that cramp. Ugh.
Anybody who's played basketball has suffered through one of those, and everybody else has just woken up in the middle of the night with one.
Oh, yeah.
It's awful.
You want to just scream at the top of your lungs.
You got to reach down and grab that toe and pull it back. Three minutes to play. San Diego State leading California by 1. Thames. Give it up late to Shelton inside. He missed it once, got it back, missed it a second time. Saved by Cal, and it comes right back to Brandon Smith.
Boy, Shelton, he missed a bunny. You know, Camp on this end, Shelton on that end. Boy, I tell you, you got to cash those in. Cal did a great job of tracking that ball down.
Gutierrez, baseline, open look. Gutierrez just not having a very good day.
No, he's 3 for 10, Jim. 3 for 10 in this game.
Only 6 points. The average is 15. 2.5 minutes to play. Justin Cobbs waiting at the score table for California, but he needs a whistle. Foul inside.
Well, when Chase Taffley decides to cut off a screen, he is moving. He is really good at that, and Jamal Franklin found it.
Tapley's going to the line. He's 0 for 2 today. 22 points. The 4th 20-point game of the season for Tapley. Well, if he misses it, he's got to make some free throws. Chase Tapley had a great game against Arizona. 17 points in that upset win on the road. Was it touched? San Diego State says Cal touched it last. Officials confirm. Cal ball. Fisher still arguing. I think Fisher is saying, hey, he had the better angle, and he was going to give the ball to us.
Now, this is basketball's version of bang bang, a call. That's very difficult. And I don't know if it went off of Sam's foot or not.
You can see the official on the baseline put his palms up as if to say, hey, I was screened, I didn't see it, help me out. gave it up, goes inside for the contact. And a foul on Travis.
Well, you can see Mike Montgomery grimacing over there. Another close-in shot for Harper Camp. He's not able to cash it in. Does a great job of driving. He gets right to 3 feet to the rim and just doesn't execute the ball in the basket.
And for David Kravish, that's his 4th foul. So there's still a lot of basketball left with 2 minutes and possibly something extra.
And both your bigs have 4 fouls, Camp and Kraft.
I think that's exactly what Montgomery was yelling to the other end. He's saying, be careful, but be aggressive. Shelton at the line. Makes it a 3-point game. Shelton on the season hasn't missed the free throw. He might be cramping up as well. Walking a little gingerly. 5 and 6 for Shelton today. Senior from Fresno, went to Clovis West High School.
There's so many different things to help you win.
San Diego State fans will remember that big 3 hit in the Mountain West Tournament final win over BYU. Makes them both 2-possession game. Well done by Shelton. Dallas only scored 3 points in the last nearly 5 minutes. That should be 2. Gutierrez was challenged by Green, and Camp came back to clean it up. Big basket for Cal. They had to have it.
Well, they have been so tough on the offensive glass, Cal has.
Fisher stands up and says, motion offense. Pass and screen away. They're going to take this shot clock down to single digits.
Shelton up there.
Good hedge there by Camp.
Very good. Good defense right here by Cal.
Cox chasing him all the way across. Tapley! Couldn't get it. Loose ball. Franklin. Foul.
It was a fantastic defensive possession for Cal up until the moment that San Diego State got the offensive rebound. Nice kick out to Tapley. That's the guy you want shooting it at this time in the game for sure. And Jamal Franklin, who just seems to always be around the ball, comes up with the old board and gets fouled.
And the foul is on David Kravish, and he is done. 5 fouls. So they change Kravish for Brandon Smith. And they go big to small. With 1:06 to play, though, you might want guards on the court because you're going to need to hurry up right now.
Well, and San Diego State's not big at this point either. I mean, they do have Shelton out there at the power forward, but he's an undersized power forward. So it's a pretty good matchup for Cal, but Kravish is going to be sorely missed. He played really well.
San Diego State just a little better than 50% from the line as a team, but this guy's been great. Franklin is now 4 for 5. 5 for 6. Timeout, San Diego State. Fisher wants to set his defense. His offense is healthy. A 10-5 run by the Aztecs to lead by 4. They call it the show in the Aztec Bowl, Viejas Arena. San Diego State, once beaten at home, that was last time out, and they didn't like it. Sellout crowd, 12,414 for San Diego State. Their next game is on the road, but about as close as they can get, just up the road, Earl School, University of San Diego. It's always a nice inner-city rivalry.
And they got that rival game next week, the 7th. I should say this week, coming up on Wednesday. So right now, San Diego State is figuring out where's Cal going to go offensively here, because we need to get a stop. We need to play great defense without fouling. But you can pretty much count on they're going to go to Alan Kraft. So he's talking to him right now about how to negotiate particular screens or what play might be run to free Crab up, because I think they're going to go to Alan Crab. Now, if he gets doubled, obviously he's going to dump it down.
I didn't know the big redhead was here, Bill Walton. Bill and I worked together years ago on the Clippers, and then he and I worked on beach volleyball in the Olympics. He was our sideline reporter. He was tremendous.
Well, as you know, he's a San Diego native, lives here.
And graduate of Helix High?
Helix High. He loves college hoops. You know, one of his sons played here for San Diego State.
The all-time greats, of course, we all remember him at UCLA. Look at this place. They are putting on a show. That is awesome. 106 left. Aztecs by 4. California ball, and Steve Fisher, I think he's going to pick up in midcourt.
Boy, this is where the crowd can really help you. I'm telling you, I think it might be the best crowd in the West now.
You can see Fisher was signaling. He wanted his guys actually to do some pressure in the back. They were late to pick it up. Cal able to get it in the front court, no problem. Brandon Smith, they want him to shoot it. Gutierrez. Gutierrez been told all day the putback by Kraft. Well, you said Kraft was going to shoot it, and earlier you said California's best offense is the missed shot.
I did, and they proved me right again, and this time it's Alan Crabb. You know, they ran Crabb up a bunch of screens with Gutierrez. That's hard to pass up. He's their leading scorer. Look at those long arms of Crabb just reaching up there with the soft tip. Huge basket right there for Cal.
Gutierrez is just drifting. Cal's big scorer. He hasn't done much today. Just 6 points. They've had to turn to other guys. Crabb has 20. Cobbs has 15.
You know, Mike Montgomery's telling his team right now the same thing. It's a one-possession game. We got to play great defense, come up with the board. You know, no fouls, playing really solid. Now, if it's really inside close and you have to give up one so they don't get a three-point play, I get it. But they want to play great defense without fouling right now.
Cal's down to one timeout. San Diego State has a couple. Possession errors you saw favoring California. 52 seconds. Steve Fisher, 232 wins at San Diego State.
Montgomery counters a little bit here. He's got Thurman back in the game to get that defensive rebound. Should San Diego State miss?
San Diego State, if they want, can take this clock all the way down to about 18 or 19 before they have to take the shot. Capley trying to get loose from Gutierrez. Back to Thames at the top. Kemp jumps out. There's Green. He's going to have to shoot it. 19-footer. It was a stone, but Capley comes through and grab it. And now they can run the clock out, so Cal has to foul. And they foul Franklin.
Sometimes you miss a shot so bad, you can get it right back. You know, because Garrett Green, that had no chance of going in. It came off the rim hard. And to Jamal Franklin, who we said earlier, is always around the ball, that guy.
Everything fell right for San Diego State. Even though they missed the shot, as you mentioned, it was such a bad shot. Capley was able to go in and grab it. Then they kick it out to Franklin. And Cal has no choice. They have to foul Franklin. And Franklin is the hottest free throw shooter today. Just made a couple. He's 5 for 6. Trying to make it a two-possession game. That was the easy one. Cal's got to score twice. Fisher calls timeout to set his defense. Now, we just told you that San Diego State is on their way just up the freeway here, up the Mission Valley at San Diego. But look at this run, Coach. This is a nice chance here for San Diego State to really get their rhythm before they get into conference play. They could bag 5 victories right there.
They could. I mean, they've had a bear of a schedule up to this point and done really well. Have a great chance to go 8-2, right, in their first 10. So that's a favorite schedule right there to finish the month of December.
You know, I think college basketball now has followed college football, and that is you can't schedule those cupcakes anymore because it's going to come back to haunt you at tournament time. You find yourself a bubble team, you're going to need that RPI, so you need strength of schedule early on.
And San Diego State certainly has that. They play in a darn good conference in the Mountain West, and they've played 3 Pac-12 teams and could come away with another Pac-12 win right now.
Remember, we talked about it at the top. San Diego State has had great success against the Pac-12. They've won 8 games in a row against the Conference of Champions.
It's really the signature win at Arizona. That is such a difficult place. The ironic thing about that is that's where they played in the NCAA tournament last year, so they like the McHale Center, the Aztecs do.
Full court pressure, and I like it by Fisher with a 4-point lead. Make him burn some time. They got to go quickly here. Cobbs all the way in. Lay it in. 2-point game. Timeout. California, their last. 9 seconds to play. And Xavier Thames got injured on the play for San Diego State. He's still out on the floor. I think he maybe took a knee. That's the stomach. He's going to fight through it. All right, so if you're California, obviously you're going to have to foul at some point. Go for the steal first. 62-60. Talking about all the close victories for San Diego State. One of the best game right here, November 17th against SC. SC had just scored, and Thames goes end-to-end. San Diego State ends up winning this game 56-54. USC with the Matador defense. The guy dribbles 70 feet by himself, and nobody stops ball. (56-54), San Diego State won that game. They beat Long Beach State by 4 points in overtime. They beat Arizona by 4 points at McHale Center, as Coach was just talking about, and at the Thunderdome. Tapley into the cheerleaders. Tapley will take that long, lonely walk. Tapley at the free throw line today has been 1 for 4. And remember, he has to make both. On the year, Tapley is 68% free throw shooter. California's out of timeouts. San Diego State as a team started 0 for 4 from the line, but since then, 12 for 14. And they're contagious, aren't they? Rayhan coming back in. Green goes to the bench. That's a defensive situational substitution by Steve Fisher. Get some speed on the floor. Tapley makes it a 64-60 lead. California quickly again. Cobbs back to trap for 3. Oh, that's a big one. 2 seconds left, though. That's all. No timeout. They're going to go right here. Montgomery wants the foul. They don't get it. Game over. Aztecs win. .233 wins for Steve Fisher at San Diego State. California fell asleep defensively with 2 seconds left. The only Golden Bear who was thinking about fouling was Mike Montgomery, and he wasn't on the floor. San Diego State improves to 8-2, and they have now beaten Pac-12 schools 9 times in a row. California falls